Welcome back, everyone, to another deep dive. Today, we're really getting into some profound territory. We're looking at sources that tackle, well, the big questions.
Yeah.
Creation, free will, the nature of love itself. And these texts, they give us this incredibly intricate framework. It's not just what happened conceptually, but digging into the why.
Exactly. The logic behind it all.
Especially concerning the choices of what these sources call the first God and the second God.
Right. Distinct roles.
Our mission today really traced that divine logic, particularly how it relates to creatures to us and this whole idea of free will, which seems like such a gamble, and what they term completion.
And it's fascinating because the sources suggest creation wasn't, instantaneous, not like flipping a switch. It was a plan, a very deliberate sort of unfolding plan aimed at achieving this ultimate state, completion. And the key mechanism they talk about is inheritance.
Inheritance, okay.
Yeah. It's not just about getting something passively. It's about becoming part of this divine legacy actively. So yeah, this dive should shed light on why these complex theological choices were made. There's a deep logic there.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit. Free will. The sources say God grants it, but then right away they mention it carries the possibility of sin. That feels risky, contradictory even.
It does seem that way on the surface.
So if sin, maybe even death, were foreseen outcomes, why? Why give free will at all? Why risk everything?
Well, that's a core question these texts grapple with directly. The idea presented is that creatures need to understand why they should love. If it's just compulsion, pure command, without understanding,
it won't stick. They'll falter.
They'll inevitably stray, yes. The sources argue that a creature with free will can only genuinely love God after really responding to God's own love and justice.
Okay, understanding comes first.
But here's the twist. For creatures to really grasp that love and justice, it couldn't just be declared from on high. It had to be demonstrated, shown, in the most radical way imaginable, actually, a way that involves the cross and, surprisingly, redefines what justice even means in this context.
That's quite a turn. But then it gets even more staggering. These sources claim God knew Adam would sin right from the start.
Foreknowledge is definitely part of the picture they paint.
And even more, that the second God decided to become Adam, to essentially take Adam's place and be abandoned by the first God on the cross. That just seems incredibly extreme. Why go through all that if the fall was already known?
Right. It sounds almost like setting up a failure. But if you connect the dots in these texts, the purpose was multi-layered.
Okay.
So yes, first it was about atonement, taking on the consequences of Adam's transgression fully.
The undo button aspect, maybe?
Sort of, but much more profound than just fixing a mistake. Second, it was crucial to prove, beyond any doubt, that the command to love can be fulfilled.
To show it wasn't an impossible standard.
Exactly. A creature commanded to love needed proof that it was possible, and it was kept perfectly by one who was both divine and a creature. And third, crucially, it was about demonstrating worthiness to command.
Worthiness.
Yes. The argument is powerful. If you command love, you yourself must embody that love perfectly. By becoming a creature and keeping that commandment perfectly, even through immense suffering and death, the second God proved their absolute right, their worthiness, to command that same love.
Wow. Okay, so atonement, proof, and worthiness. That's a lot packed into one event.
It really is.
Then the sources add another layer. They claim the second God chose to, abandon ownership of space and time with the intention of gaining it back as a creature. That sounds completely upside down.
It's a radical concept, absolutely.
What does that even mean? What's the implication there about divine authority?
According to these writings, it means that through the cross, through that journey of obedience and love as a creature, the second God inherits dominion. It's not just an inherent right anymore, but something earned through this process.
Earned as a creature.
Yes. And this act doesn't just atone for Adam. It fundamentally completes the potential of creatures' free will. It deals with sin and death within the created order, within space and time. And even bigger picture, this whole inheritance process actually completes space and time itself.
Completes space and time.
That's what they suggest. It's a divine legacy earned, showing that true authority, true dominion, flows from perfect love and obedience, even when that path involves profound sacrifice.
What an incredible narrative these sources weave.
Yeah.
So we started with free will, risky, yes, but essential for genuine love.
The necessary vessel, you could say.
And the lengths describe the second God becoming a creature. The cross wasn't just atonement, it was proof. Proof the command to love could be met, and proof of the worthiness to issue that command. And it all culminates in the second God inheriting dominion, not just taking it, but earning it through this journey, and in doing so, bringing creation itself to completion.
Precisely. And that leaves us, and you listening, with a really powerful thought to ponder from these texts. They describe free will, almost like an empty vessel.
Okay.
And love, true self-giving love, is what fills it. Love is synonymous with life itself in this view. When that vessel is filled with this kind of love, a creature isn't just existing, they are truly completed. They become the image of God they were meant to be.
A reflection.
A perfect reflection. So the question these sources implicitly ask us is, if our life, our existence in space and time, is fundamentally this journey towards embodying ultimate love, what choices, what daily actions are you taking to fill your own vessel, to move towards your own unique completion in love?